is the right time to leave a job? This is a question that many young professionals, especially Gen Z, are asking themselves. The decision to leave a job is frequently met with criticism, labeled as disloyalty, impatience, or entitlement. But the reality is far more nuanced. Leaving a job isn't about impulsiveness, it's about alignment. Gen Z is increasingly prioritizing purpose, growth opportunities, and values-based leadership. When those core elements are missing, or worse, even if they're compromised, it's natural to question whether it's time to move on or stay. So how do you know when that time has come? My name is Hannah Jennerine, and as a Gen Z workplace transformation strategist, here are the 3 indicators. The first is to pay attention to communication. Are your ideas being heard? Is feedback mutual and constructive? A lack of transparency or consistent communication breakdowns is often the first sign of a culture misalignment, not just for Gen Z, but for any generation. That doesn't mean one misstep or a poorly run meeting is a reason to walk away, right? That's not what I'm saying. Every workplace has its off days, but if you start noticing a consistent pattern, it's worth pausing to reflect. Just to give an example, let's just say you keep asking for clarity on expectations, but you consistently are getting vague answers or no follow-up. You're trying to do your job well, but the target keeps moving, and when things go wrong, it feels like it's suddenly your fault. That's something to pay attention to. You bring up concerns or new ideas, and they're dismissed quickly, only to be repeated later by someone else and taken seriously. That's something else to keep in mind. Or if your manager only communicates when there's a problem, there's no guidance and no real effort to help you grow. The only time you hear feedback is when something's wrong. There's tension in your team, but no one ever talks about it. Instead, people are always avoiding conflict, and leadership doesn't address the issues, and you're left trying to read the room every day just to protect your peace. These kinds of patterns don't always mean it's time to quit, but they are signs of misalignment. The key is asking yourself, is this something that could improve with a conversation? Sometimes it's worth having a direct conversation with your manager, building your communication skills, right? I know it can seem scary, but expressing what you need and seeing if there's room for improvement can be helpful. But if you've tried that, and if the pattern continues to stay the same, then yes, it may be a sign that this role or this culture simply isn't aligned with how you work best. The second indicator is growth stagnation. Ask yourself, am I still learning here? Am I being challenged in a healthy way? Or am I just being overloaded? Do I have a path forward, or does it feel like I'm stuck in a place? A job can start out great, but over time, if you're doing the same work without new opportunities, mentorship, or support for your goals, burnout can creep in. This isn't about being impatient, it's about recognizing when your development has stalled. And here's the nuance. Growth doesn't always mean a promotion. It can also mean learning a new skill, taking on a new challenge, or being part of a project that lights you up. If you've been asking for growth and it's not being supported, or worse, you're being actively discouraged from seeking it elsewhere, that's worth paying attention to. And finally, monitor your emotional well-being. This one is big. Are you constantly exhausted, dreading work, or feeling disconnected from your values? Are you becoming the professional and the person you actually want to be? If the answer is consistently no, that's your body and your intuition sending you a message. Some days are just off, but if those days start turning into weeks or months, it might be time to explore some new environments where you can thrive. Now, let me say this clearly. Deciding to leave doesn't mean ghosting. And yes, I'm talking to you, Gen Z. I get it. Some workplaces don't make it easy to leave well. Maybe you've seen someone give notice professionally and they still end up being treated poorly. Maybe you've tried to communicate and it's been ignored. And in those cases, walking away quietly or just, ghosting might feel like the only option. But when possible, don't let a broken system make you compromise your character. Leaving well doesn't mean over-explaining or staying too long. It just means being honest. It could be a short email. It could be a conversation. It won't always be neat, but integrity matters. Young professionals are not afraid to ask for better, and that's a strength. But knowing when and how to leave a job is just as important as knowing when to stay. It's not about walking away quickly. It's about making informed, values-driven decisions. So now I want to hear from you. Based on your own experience, what's the biggest factor influencing your decision to stay or to go from a job? Also, if you're a young professional thinking about making a move, I've created a free one-page guide with the top 10 questions you need to ask yourself before leaving a job. It's designed to help you reflect, get some clarity, and make a decision you feel confident about. The link is in the description. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn your post notifications on for more content. My name is Hannah Jennerine, and I will see you with a new video very soon.